My name is Eve Nnaji. I was born in Nigeria and grew up in the US, where I studied architecture, and I came back to Nigeria, where I continued to practice architecture. And now I'm doing a design residency in Marseille. During the residency at Fort Antocasto, I'm working on finding new ways to interpret the future. I would say the topic is environmental awareness and environmental intelligence. And so in the project, I'm trying to visualize what would it look like if we accepted the future that's ahead of us. So the project is called Lagos is Drowning. In it, there are two pieces. One is a vessel, which kind of represents our everyday transportation. The other one is an outfit, which represents our means of adaptation. And so in this residency, I'm finding ways to create strong visuals that will resonate with people and spark a conversation as to what would happen if we got there. The sphere is essentially a transportation vessel that allows people to be pulled through the waters. It's a carriage-like scenario where the person inside is safely protected, but the person pulling the vessel is wading through the waters. It was really important to make it something that was disassemblable, to make it a very personal scale. All small pieces that come together, they are bent PVC pipes, and in the center is a 3D printed piece that lets all the arms come together.
And it's going to take 14 hours and 20 minutes.
Not bad. For my collaboration, it was really interesting because in the beginning, I met Geoffrey in the garden of Le Couvent, which is where I'm staying. He's a really brilliant designer that was very interested in the project from the very beginning. And so when it came to putting the sphere together, it was natural that he would be someone that was instrumental to that part, especially finding a way to 3D print the connecting piece and then to join all of the curved pieces together. So I really relied on his confidence in the workspace, and we put the sphere together. It was really beautiful. The flotation device that holds the sphere is our PVC sheets. And so these are plastic sheets that are ironed together with an inflation valve, and that allows you to inflate the entire structure, connect it to the PVC pipes, and then connect it to halves of the sphere together. The other piece was outfit itself, and this was born out of really thinking about the steps that would happen as we move further into the future. And this involves people really rethinking their environment and rethinking how they take ownership of their situation. Because unfortunately, in Nigeria, something that we tend to do is adapt no matter if the situation is good or bad. And so the fashion itself is something that embodies ownership of this post-flooded future. It also tries to not only create an interesting and unique outfit, but to tie what we already know, so that's comfort in our materials that we use, and mix it with innovation. The fashion piece itself, a floating device, that is then disassemblable and then reassembled into a wearable suit. It was hard to put my finger on the city because I came in, I was quite new. All the information came in at once. But something that really inspired me was walking along Vieux-Port, where their sails were tied together, and this idea of bondage, this idea of ropes and strapping in something that was for a future utility. And I really wanted to incorporate that into the design. So if you see in the fashion, there are a bunch of cords that wrap around and keep you in this kind of bonded scenario. We're highly visual, and sometimes when we talk about the effects of climate change in the future, we talk in numbers and in graphs and in papers, but it's really important for us to see what could happen in the future. It's really important for us to put ourselves in that situation and perhaps start to link it to our own personal daily lives. So that's why the project is about making good objects that tell bad news. Art as a very loud scream, I have found to be one of art's greatest superpower. And so for me, I think that is one of the most beautiful purposes that art has.